Hello! It's time for The Day of the Jackal. Again, a film from 1973, the fourth on this channel. And as I said before, 1973 was a great year for films. And this is another one. And I hope it's great. Because it's from Fred Zinnemann, who was nominated for so many Oscars and won 4. And he did High Noon, which is the only film I've seen from him. But it was a fantastic Western. It was really fantastic. Yes, and this would be my second film from him. A British production, a British-French co-production. I think it takes place in France. Because what I know about this is the Jackal is a contract killer, a cleaner, whatever, and he's supposed to kill the French president. And that's it. It's again 2.5 hours. I don't know what's this about. Every time I watch a film, it's 2.5 hours. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Enough said. Let's get into it. I mean, let's rock.
August 1962 was a stormy time for France. Many people felt that President Charles de Gaulle had betrayed the country by giving independence to Algeria. Extremists, mostly from the army, swore to kill him in revenge. They banded together in an underground movement and called themselves the OAS.
So they will hire a killer. The Jackal. Because it's his day. Is this guy also a killer? Trying to do the job? But is failing, maybe? Then the Jackal comes? From the book. Based on the book. And it's set in France because the cars are driving on the right side. And right in terms of not the wrong side. If it would be today, all the cars would have bulletproof doors and windows.
We must find an outsider, a foreigner, a contract killer. If we find one that hasn't worked in France, he won't have a police record. Officially, he won't exist.
That sort of person costs money, you know.
I'll find the right man.
Interesting.
He's arriving this afternoon from London.
Oh, I forgot to mention that I've watched The Jackal with Bruce Willis. I've read that it's very different from this film, but I've seen it. And it was not bad. But I heard that this is way better, so I just wanted to mention that.
Speaking as a professional, do you think it's possible?
It's possible. The point is getting away with it. And speaking as a professional, that's a very important consideration.
But in principle, you'd say it could be done.
Yes. with enough time and planning. Would be much more difficult than most other targets.
Why more?
Because de Gaulle is the best security service in the world. Their information is first class. You see, gentlemen, not only have your own efforts failed, but you've rather queered the pitch for everyone else.
How dare you suggest that?
Work, you simply can't afford to be emotional. That's why you've made so many mistakes.
But if we decided to employ a
You
professional...
have to employ a professional. Your organization is so riddled with informers that nothing you decide is a secret for long. No, the job would have to be done by an outsider. The only question that is by whom and for how much.
Will you do it?
No.
Yes, how much? You must understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime job. Whoever does it can never work again.
How much do you want?
$500,000.
What?
In cash. Half in advance and half on completion.
$500,000 francs.
Dollars.
Yeah. A very sharp thinker. Straightforward. Get straight to the point. And $500,000 in 1973 would be times 6 maybe $3 million today, roundabout. What a book. It's a book for giants. Where and when? My guess is that he's using a sniper. And he kills him from very far away. I would have forgotten what is written on there just a minute afterwards.
Now, there are certain things I wish to make clear. When you finish the work, you will hand over the negatives and all the prints of the photographs you've just taken. You will also forget the name of Duggan and the name on the French documents you're going to produce. Is that understood?
How can he be sure he hands over all the negatives? I like the slow pace. It very fits the story. Like we are in his point of view. So now he's yeah, scouting to answer the question where. And the next question would be when. Interesting.
Who is Kleist? What does he do?
That's his answer.
Jackal. I thought Walensky used it as a swear word, but it doesn't sound like him.
So they know the word jackal, but it doesn't mean anything. They can connect it to anything. And they think it's Kleist. Whatever that means.
The most dangerous single concept that the terrorists could possibly have devised
to endanger the life of President de Gaulle.
But it's very interesting that cat and mouse game they're playing.
The President must be told. I'll ask for an interview. Get me the Élysée Palace.
So I guess that the president is now extra cautious. And it's even harder for the Jackal. And maybe he overthinks the how.
I give you the original driving license and all those negatives I took of you for a certain sum of money.
How much?
£1,000. It's worth that, wouldn't you say, to get those documents back?
Or he just kills him, takes the key. The picture in the background. Is he dead? He just punched him. But yeah. I've seen it coming because he was a problem. Was starting to be a problem. And he's very careful in what he does.
Beautiful piece of work, this. It's really excellent.
Ah, yes. I took out 6 of them to convert to explosive tips.
It's like how the film shows all the details.
The search for this Jackal will be conducted in absolute secrecy. And needless to say, you are all sworn to total silence and won't discuss this matter outside this room. General Colbert, any success in Vienna?
Inquiries were made today by our agents at the Pension Kleist. The only description the clerk could give was that the man was well-groomed, in his early 30s, and had fair hair.
Surely a better description can be found.
From whom?
Commissioner Berthier, any suggestions?
We're in trouble on this one. Our agents inside the OAS can't pin him down, since not even the OAS know who he is. Action Service can't destroy him. They don't know who to destroy. Territorial surveillance can't pick him up at the border because they don't know what he looks like. The gendarmes, all 48,000 of them, can't pursue him. They don't know who to pursue. And the police can't arrest him. How can we? We don't know who to arrest. Without a name, all other proposals are meaningless. The first task, then, is to find it. With a name, we get a passport and a face. With a face, we get an arrest. But to find his name, and to do it in secret, is a job of pure detective work.
Who is the best detective on the force?
Me.
The best detective on the force is my own deputy commissioner, Claude Lebel.
Yeah, so they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing to work with. Just a few random words. And that's it.
This job gets top priority at all times.
Well, do you want anything from them immediately?
A person-to-person link to the heads of the homicide divisions of the following countries: Holland, Belgium, Italy, West Germany, and South Africa, the FBI in the United States, and Scotland Yard Special Branch in Britain.
That's a lot of help.
Yes?
Denise,
Valmy here.
they found out about the Jackal.
But if the terrorist group knows the Jackal, the possibility would be very high that the officials also know him, right? I mean, not under the name Jackal, of course, but I don't know. No. Okay. Now he's testing the weapon. So let's see. And that's the whole gun? Just a barrel and a buttstock with a scope on it? What? Never seen that technique before. Misaligned. It's getting closer. Ah, the explosive bullets the one was talking about. Ah. But I think the weapon is so minimalistic because it's very easy to hide. To hide and to transport to different places and and so on. What the fuck is he doing? Is this a pipe bomb or something? Or was he hiding it to smuggle it?
What's this?
His passport.
Oh.
We've checked it. It's him, all right.
You haven't grasped it yet, have you? We're holding his passport in our hands. If he is out of the country, what's he travelling on?
His name is Charles Harold Calthrop. Here's his passport photo.
I've missed where they got the name from. And they showed us. They didn't show us the picture.
Paul Oliver Duggan, born April the 3rd, 1929, to an address in Paddington. That'll probably turn out to be an accommodation address. Because Duggan died at the age of 2.5 on November the 8th, 1931.
Oh, okay. Now it gets interesting. He's on the border, and the passport gets checked.
Passport, please. One moment.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Duggan?
Yes?
What's the purpose of your visit to France?
Tourism.
Okay, then off you go. No, I missed the name, he said. Mr.
Papers, please.
Again? Ah, okay, from the other side of course. And he seems so harmless. He doesn't have the face of a contract killer. Not at all.
Calthrop is travelling on a false passport in the name of Paul Oliver Duggan. The passport number is 29491.
Is that the name the guy said?
The Jackal is blown. Walensky talked before dying. Repeat, the Jackal is blown.
Now he knows.
Do you mind? I was sitting here. Thank you.
And I've noticed the spare use of music. I wonder if this was a coincidence or that he made sure that he dies to have access to that, to the reception.
Only 3 new guests last night.
He's been staying in this hotel near Grasse since last night. He's registered for 2 days.
Shall I put out an alert?
No, not yet. He'll kill anybody who tries to intercept him. We better get down there right away.
Or is it all part of his plan? Because he knows the cover is blown. Why would he sign with a blown name?
You have an Englishman named Duggan staying here. Where is he?
Mr. Duggan's gone, sir. He left this morning, just after 11.
It's strange. He was booked in here for 2 days. Then just after 11, he suddenly asks for his bill and leaves.
Maybe his plan was to give this woman false information so he can tell the cops and they have the wrong lead. Maybe.
There's more news. They have a description of your car. Try to keep out of sight for a few days.
But the car's still the same. And he's leaving the car. Well, why is he not putting his license plate on their car? Because they are telling the cops, no, someone stole our license plate. Here's the number. So now he overpaints it. Now he makes it blue, but still he has the license plate from the stolen car. Doesn't make sense for me. He's such a careful guy. Now this. One mistake.
I regret to say that we have lost track of him. Temporarily, I hope. But he simply disappeared.
He despawned.
I'd never seen this man until yesterday. He doesn't even know my real name.
But he checked the guest list, so he does know.
Why did you come here?
To see you. I had to.
But why?
Because I'm horny as fuck. Now I'm starting to think, is he really that horny? Is it just that? Or is it all part of his plan? I don't get it. And he left his car there.
Make a search of hills, farmhouses, cafes, and hotels in a 10-kilometer radius from the scene of the crash. Look for a fair-haired young foreigner with 2 suitcases. He may have been injured and gone into hiding.
But they are misled already. Because they don't know that he has a new car. And the owner is dead. So it don't get reported. Huh? What happened? So it was all planned out. But what did he do to her? She was and then he was then she was took out. He did something with his hand. So he killed her with some, I don't know. Huh. So now he has like a new identity. The Clark Kent identity. Just put some glasses on and nobody recognized you.
Commissioner, Madame de Montpellier has been murdered.
Do they know who did it?
It sounds like Duggan. He arrived at her place yesterday morning, but he's disappeared again with her car.
Well, there's no need for secrecy anymore. It's a straight murder hunt now.
Yeah. Now they think that he travels by car, and he's already in the train.
6:30 time check. Listen, I found that car.
Already? Huh. And again, too late.
It's just occurred to me that we've got 2 days to catch the Jackal.
What? How do you know?
What is Sunday, August 25th?
Of course, liberation.
That's what he's been waiting for.
Is he?
The President rekindles the eternal flare at 10. We'll have firemen and marksmen on every rooftop along the procession route. Dumont has drafted a number of specially tall officers to hedge around the President without him noticing.
Now the showdown. And again, very slow paced to create some tension. But we haven't seen the Jackal yet. No point of view from the Jackal. Oh, man. Nobody says a word. Everywhere are people looking out. And it's still so hard for them to find the Jackal. But he can be anywhere. In every corner, in every window. And there he is, right? No. Or? Oh, it is him.
Papers?
But where's he hiding his leg?
All right.
And the thing is, everyone knows about him. And everyone lets him through. A master of disguise. Now he has to be very careful. Every open door, every open window is what's the word? But you know what I mean. Very far away from the window, so nobody can see. It's very dark inside. For now, I would say the only thing that can go wrong for him is that he misses a shot. And if he misses one bullet, he has to reload the chamber again, and this takes a lot of time. Though there's no way he could fire 2 shots, because by then the president is already taken away. He let him through. Ah, okay. He said he lives there, so they know the house. And the door's open. Oh, really? So they got him. Wow. So all the effort it took was worth it.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Who are you?
Calthrop, Charles Calthrop, and this is my bloody flat.
But if the Jackal wasn't Calthrop, then who the hell was he?
That's a good question. Fred Zinnemann. Kenneth Ross. But I said, there's no way he could shoot twice. But in this film, he missed and nobody noticed. That was a little unrealistic. Because there's a supersonic crack. And the people around the president, the Secret Service, or whatever they call it, they should have noticed this and acted immediately. So in reality, he could only shot once. just to be clear on that. Okay. All right. I'll talk more about it in the review. All right. That was it. That was The Day of the Jackal from 1973. And yeah, it was a great film. It was very well done. I mean, it's a thriller, but not a usual thriller. What's in my mind now is the spare use of music. There were almost no music. I couldn't remember that one scene. In one scene was music, and it was so off because that's the first time I heard actual music, and it was a dialogue scene. So there, again, when I remember correctly, I'm not sure, but I think in all the scenes, in all the suspenseful scenes, there were no music. And that's what the scene made suspenseful. The lack of music. Because it felt so real. And the slow pace was great. The slow pace was benefiting the film so much. It was a cat and mouse game all along. But the slow pace made room for you to make up your mind, to think about it. The film had so much attention to detail, and for you having the room to think about it because of the slow pacing, that was great. That I loved about it the most. Yeah. The Jackal itself, played by an unknown, Edward Fox. Yeah. He did a great job. He doesn't look like a killer, but I think that's the point. He's a master of disguise, very, very sharp thinker, very direct. And he knew what he was doing. But sometimes his decisions didn't make much sense to me. But it could be it could be me not paying attention that much. Maybe I missed some important things, but some scenes doesn't really make sense. For example, when he drove the car into the other car, he didn't get rid of his old car, and a few scenes later, where he get the other car from the woman, and he drove off with the car, but he didn't get rid of the car again, and then he used the train. But if he would have get rid of the car, then it would be harder for the officials to get track of him, wouldn't it? But maybe it's just me and I missed some things. I don't know. Yeah. Fred Zinnemann did a fantastic job in directing. Really well done. I can't say much against it. It was, yeah, very suspenseful. Yeah. It was great. Yes. Based on a book. And I've said that I've seen the remake with Bruce Willis, but it wasn't really a remake. more like a spin-off, and it had very not much to do with the book. And this film was based very much on the book. So, and it were completely different films. So doesn't matter if I had, but I forgot to mention it in the intro. So okay. Oh yeah, the last scene, the ending. That in general it was a great ending. Like he shot at the president he was going like this and he missed. But another critique on that is the people protecting the president should have noticed the supersonic crack. The only possibility that they didn't hear is that he used subsonic rounds. I mean, this could be a possibility, but I don't think that's the case. Or is it? Maybe. It could be, theoretically. Alright. Okay. Then it's not so unrealistic. Okay, yeah. Good. That was another great film from 1973. The fourth film I've seen on this channel by now. A great year for films. Okay. Good. I have nothing more to say. Again. Like always. So, see you next time. Bye bye.